Maloney from My MMA News. Tonight is a long time. I finally speak with my buddy Jeff Taylor. He has been waiting to get in the cage, and it's always been something like a medical issue with him or his opponent or the state commission. And now on October 29th, my man Jeff is finally getting in the cage. Jeff, it's great to talk to you. We always talk about fighting anyway, but I'm so thrilled for you that you're getting the opportunity to get in the cage. Tell me how you feel that you're finally, after all this hard training, you're actually going to be able to walk to the cage and get in there and start your career.
Well, first, I just want to say thank you for having me. And as a young guy, I've envisioned interviewing you first my entire, life. So as far as the fight game goes, so I'm just, blessed for this opportunity. I want to say thank you. And then as far as, getting into the fight game and as the fight game goes, essentially, I played college football. After that, I established myself into that in my avenue. I got hurt, actually. I was supposed to play in Canada. I got hurt into my junior year, so I couldn't even play my senior year. So I was going to play over in Canada, and I was going to go to a tryout, and they were going to pick me up. And I was like, you know what? I'm really not feeling this football thing anymore. So after that, I went over, and I originally started training in Philadelphia back a couple years ago. But after that, I came over down Delaware, got a job opportunity, and you know who's there. So as far as that.
Well, let's talk about those guys, because it's a lot of guys that I know, a lot of my friends. I mean, 302 BJJ. I know they don't just do BJJ over there. I know Steve McCabe is a fight veteran, and he is a brilliant strategist with his System X.
Yeah.
And Earl Small, I know, I'm so happy that Earl's going to be getting back in the cage. He's one of the best young pros in the area. Talk to me a little bit about your team and what gives you confidence, that you're going to go in there and be able to execute, and get the job done.
Well, what gets me confidence is, and being a young guy, and you hear a lot of other young guys saying this, oh, I train with this guy, I train with that guy, but they're not touching those guys. You know what I'm saying? They're in the same room or vicinity. They feel their energy, but they're not putting in rounds with those guys. You know what I mean? They're not putting in work. They're not asking questions. As a young guy myself, every time, well, Dre's in Colorado now, but every time Andre's there or Earl's there or whoever's there that I know has been to a higher standard, I'm in their face like, hey, what's up? Asking questions, because, in my future, I strive to be there and even further, and that's no knock to them, but that's how we all should think as young fighters, but just being there with Coach Steve, who doesn't get enough credit, Coach Bev, female fighters don't get enough credit. And I always ask her for her viewpoint because, as a guy, we're running the walls. A girl's going to open the door. You get what I'm saying? So it's always.
Hey, listen, I can't wait for Devin. I can't wait for Devin. Devin, another fighter.
Either.
Yeah, she needs to get in there.
Yeah, no, she will. But that's a beautiful thing, as you say, prepare for this fight. You see people who are so high level who can't get fights right now. So me, as someone who no one knows who I am, let's be real. You know what I mean? Not yet, but seeing people like that who are at the pinnacle or on the verge of getting that call, whether it be Bellator, UFC, PFL, whatever it may be, it keeps you humble to know that no matter what, as long as you keep putting in work, whether it's through quarantine, before quarantine, after quarantine, God forbid it happens again, you're always going to get that good work, and you'll have opportunity as long as you keep working hard. So that's the game plan. Always stay humble, but at the end of the day, when the cage door is locked, sounds cliche, but it's time for war. You know what I mean? And that's no knock to my opponent. That goes for every opponent I have, because I'm the nicest guy. After we're done, I don't drink, but I'll go have soda. You can have a beer. You know what I mean? So that's the preparation.
You're a fight junkie like me, and you, when the UFC is on or the fights are on, I know that you're watching.
Yeah.
Is there any particular guys that you really like to watch or that you like to learn from when you're watching? I mean, there's so many good, skilled mixed martial arts out there right now, artists out there. Who are some of the guys that you really enjoy watching?
I love, more than anyone, I love Dan Hooker. I love Dan Hooker. I know that's a weird question. Everyone's like, oh, Style. Don't get me wrong. Stylebender is awesome. Everyone knows that Conor McGregor is. John Jones is awesome. But I like the guys who are athletes but are fighters too, if that makes sense. Because there's a difference. There's a big difference. But he's a fighter. I like guys who dig deep. Like in Israel Adesanya, he hasn't really been challenged yet because he's at the pinnacle. I like guys who fallen. Like, he lost to Dustin Poirier, and Dan Hooker. I like guys who've lost and come back from that loss even better. You know what I mean? Because in this sport, you're going to lose. It doesn't matter who you are. Even Habib, unless he just retires, you're going to lose if you stay in this game long enough. So I always look at the guys that potentially I can see myself in that position one day, as long as I stay humble, work hard. But I like look at the guys who bounce back from losses. I don't like the guys who are already there, or God just blessed them to be in that position where they're never been challenged. I like people who face adversity, because in my life, I fight because I love fighting. I'm not one of those guys who's going to give you some sob story of, this, that. Like, we all have problems. You know what I mean? But, like, adversity inside of that cage is the beautiful thing about fighting. You know what I mean? That's why I love this sport so much. And that's why I love this more than football, wrestling, because it's everything. Like, it's really, I could cry talking about this right now. You know what I mean? Literally could cry talking about it. But I just love that, that it's you versus you in there, no matter who your opponent is. Like, I respect this guy. I don't know him. He doesn't know me, but we're, both debuting, but it's me versus me. It's just a blank face that I'm facing. And he just happens to be really skilled, which I truly believe he is. So I'm going to show him the utmost respect. When the cage door closes, we rumble, and that's just the bottom line. But I'm not going to disrespect any opponent I have. They can talk about my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, my dog, my cat, anybody. I'm just going to always show respect, because in this sport, it's not always the better man who wins. And it's not. It's really not.
Well, this is also, too, got to be strange because, normally, without the COVID situation going on, you're usually selling tickets and you're trying to do other things, because we've talked about it before, how, social media is important because of that aspect of selling tickets. So you've been able to probably concentrate more on camp. Listen, you have, less than 2 weeks left. What do you have going on? Do you have any more sparring scheduled? Are you just doing cardio, cutting weight? What do you have going on for the next week or so?
A lot of guys, without giving up tape to my opponent, just in case he watches this, I don't care to watch other people's interviews or anything, because that just adds extra stress and anxiety, or someone may say something wrong that offends you. Then you go in there thinking the mind frame that, he said I suck, now I want to go punch him in the face. No, I like to stay even, keel, and calm. But just training, train all the way up until then, just fine tune things. And once training camp hits, it's not about, let me add this new crazy spinning taekwondo kick like the other night. It doesn't go down like that. It's just
sick.
That was amazing. It's just about fine-tuning everything. And Coach Steve, Coach Dev, Coach Larry, who's one of our jiu-jitsu coaches, obviously Trouble, everyone at 302 has helped me. I don't care if you're a white belt or if you're the old guy who just comes in just to train, just to get away from family. You know what I mean? Like, or a little kid. Like, everyone there, like, I feed off of energy from everyone. Like, I'm a quiet guy, believe it or not. I'm just good at conducting myself in a professional manner. But I'm a very introverted, quiet guy. Like, hey, what's up? And I'll go sit in the corner until it's time to train, or do the ladder drill or something like that. But, like, I just feed off the energy of great people, and I've been blessed to be in a situation where I'm at 302, where I'm surrounded by all amazing people. So to answer your question, just continue to train. It's no, wait, no, don't want to spar. It's about getting better every day, every second, really. Not even just every day. It's about every second, because every second counts. Because once you're in there, one slip up, 1 second, and you're knocked out, choked out, taken down. You know what I mean? So that's how I approach it. Just train hard every day.
Well, listen, that's why I love this fight, because I think both of you are from amazing camps. He's got a lot of experience at Dante Rivera, BJJ, and the guys that you're working with. I mean, Steve is I think he has a ton of fights. So you're getting some really great stuff, not just on the mat, but off of the mat, and talking strategy and trying to enjoy it. Listen,
definitely.
You have to try to enjoy it, right? We talked about this before. It's such a grind, but you also have to have fun with it, because you're giving up a lot. So give some shout outs before we go, my man, Jeff,
definitely.
to anybody that you've been training with, or anybody that you just want to say thank you to.
Well, first foremost, I'm a religious guy. I just want to thank God, because without him, honestly, none of this is possible. A couple years back, you couldn't tell me you're going to go in a cage and fight someone and get punched in the face. You know what I mean? Because coming from a football background, that's the last thing I was thinking. I'm not one of these guys who are, obviously, once I'm in it, I'm in it. I wasn't a life or pain, like, oh my God, I've been watching this since I was 4 years old. This is something I did to change my life, as far as it's you, But as far as shout outs, I want to give a shout out to 302, Coach Steve, Coach Dev, Coach Earl, aka Trouble, Coach Larry, John Mayberry, and if I forget naming you, because some people get offended with name dropping, but I don't want to offend anyone. I just want to say everyone, even the little kids that we have at jiu-jitsu. I want to thank all you guys, because without you guys and the beautiful team we have, none of this will be possible. And I just want to thank CFFC and everyone there. And this honestly won't be the last time we talk, but I'm glad it was the first time we talked.
It's definitely not the last time, Jeff. No. Listen, I'm thrilled. I'm going to be thrilled to help tell your story. I as we do. This is just chapter number 1 of your story and your fight career. And my MMA News and myself, I'm going to be happy to help tell your story, man. And I know it's going to be a fun story. Yes, sir.
The last thing I want to say is, and I hope you add this in, I just want everyone out there, we know the state of the world is quote unquote crazy right now, but I just want everyone to be a good person. That's my bottom line. That's why I do this. I want to make it as far as I can in sport, not for me, but to help other people and open up gyms for police officers, for inner city kids, Black, white, Hispanic. I don't care who you are, to help you all come together and realize that learning a martial art can change your life and it could do things for the better. So that's how I want to leave that. I just want to help people. That's why I'm doing this. This isn't about me.
I got the chills, man. I got the chills, man. What a great message, man.
But this isn't about me, man. This is about, I want to help the world. That's why I want to do this. Whether I go 22-0 or 0-22, at the end of the day, I just want to help the world, and that's why I'm doing this.
I love it, man. Thanks again. Like I said, I'm so happy for you that you're finally getting that opportunity to go in there and do it for real, because following you on social media, I can see how hard you train.
Yes,
and, good things come to those who work hard. And like I said, best of luck to you, my man. Once again, Jeff Taylor, October 29th is your fight?
I believe it got changed to the 30th. I believe it got changed to the 30th. Because we were talking, I was scrolling the contract. Like, oh, wait, am I fighting the 29th or the 30th? But either way, we're going to have a proper fight. It's going to be great. I'm facing a great guy, and I'm really excited because I know this dude's going to bring it. You know what I mean? So I'm excited. And just want to say God bless you and thank you for everything. Seriously. You don't understand how much it means to me. Seriously.
My pleasure, Jeff.
Thank you. Thank you, brother.